the best settings for 2024, the full release of Slapshot Rebound. We're going to be going through everything, talking about what each setting does, all the best controls, best camera settings, everything, man. So let's get into this. And really quick, before we do get into the settings, I just want to say I will have everything timestamped in the description below. You can go in, for example, if you want camera settings really quick, I'll have that timestamped. Video settings, I'll have that timestamped. I'll also include my link for my camera settings so you can instantly load it into your game. All right, back to the settings. Starting with general. Mouse sensitivity. I am not an MMK player. I play controller. I believe controller is the best way to play this game. However, there are plenty of people that are MMK and are cracked at this game. So don't think, oh, I need a controller to play this game and whatnot. No, you can play MMK just fine. I prefer controller. I think there's some benefits to it. We can get into that later. But for all my MMK players, I'm going to try to help you out with mouse sensitivity. If you are an MMK player, let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you would change with MMK settings and stuff like that. But yeah, man. So for mouse sensitivity, what you're going to want to be doing, bro, want to have it so where your sensitivity is a full 360 when you swipe. So I believe mine is, I think I set it to 2.6. And when I mean full 360, it's from your one mouse pad. I do it from my mouse pad, right? Just like any kind of first-person shooter, from one edge to the mouse pad to the other, and your stick will end. So right now I'm on the left-hand side. We're gonna go all the way around if equals not in my way. Okay, so that's too much. That's too much. So I actually have to change it. All right, so mine is about a 1.4. However, I definitely recommend you going into it, checking it out. There is no best mouse sensitivity, bro. That's just what I've heard to make it easier to learn, is to do a full 360 around the mouse pad. Controller stick speed. You want to keep this at 100. I don't know why you would want to turn this down unless you want to be moving like a sloth. Zoom sensitivity. I have it at 1. I would just keep it at 1. I'm not too sure what it does exactly, if I'm being honest. Just keep it at 1, bro. You guys can let me know what it does. Control match camera. Keep it at on. Toggle puck lift. Keep this at off. All right. For our visuals here, you can have display dark ice or on or off. I like it on personally. I just like the way it looks. However, this is personal preference. I know a lot of people like the regular look. So this is what dark ice looks like right here. It's kind of all black, has some blue lines. And then your regular ice is going to be all white, your typical hockey style. I prefer dark ice though. It's easier on my eyes. Real-time ice reflections. You should turn this off if you want the best frames. What this does is it changes how the ice kind of looks. Right now you can see it's all like shiny. It looks really good, but it does take your FPS. So if you want to be like as comp as possible, have it running as smooth as possible, I recommend turning this off. Ice scratches, also same thing. I have it off just because I don't think it's worth taking the FPS. Again, it looks really cool. If you are all about just making your game look cool and stuff like that, you want to enjoy what you're looking at, definitely turn this on. It's cool. And I believe it updates as you skate too. However, I want best FPS, man. I'm trying to be comp, so I'm turning this off. For this setting, the pond ice lines, this is for when you are in the ODR rink online. Another thing, this is just personal preference. You can keep this on, you can keep this off. When you're playing in a game, it'll have the lines. If you don't want the lines, you can have it off. I keep it off because I just think it's cool to have them off. Keeping them on looks dope too, so it's whatever you really prefer. Our spectator density, this changes how many fans are in the arena. So having full house should get everybody in here. I don't know why it's changing. However, there will be people in the stands, little bing guys like you, bouncing up and down and stuff like that, cheering for you. You can do full house, lots, some. I keep it at none because this setting does affect your FPS. I don't think it does. It takes your FPS as much. However, if you're trying to squeeze out as many FPS as possible, I recommend turning this on to none. Stick highlight color. I recommend that this is bright. For all of my non-premium people, you are only able to access a few colors. I think it's these 10 right here. I could be wrong. I can't remember. Premium people can choose their own hex code, their own color, custom color. I recommend that this is something that's bright and doesn't really blend in with the ice. This setting is really important. I like it on bright pink. I've seen a lot of people rock yellow, purple, pink, red. It's really personal preference. I would choose whatever color you best see or whatever color you really like. Puck highlight color, I recommend that this is also a bright color. It shouldn't be anything it shouldn't be close to what your stick looks like, because then it can get kind of confusing when you're messing with the puck and taking it up the ice. So I recommend it's another bright color, also different. I like yellow. So for example, like another one, you could be, oh, I want neon green for my stick highlight color, and then red for my puck highlight color. Just something that contrasts the two and both stand out so that you can always be seeing it. Puck outline, turn this on. You'll want this on just to make the puck stand out a lot more and make it different than the puck itself, so you're able to see. I think what people usually rock is just black. They just do black. However, I kind of wanted mine to look a little bit cooler, so I did bright pink. I really only need it for when I am seeing it like flying around on the ice, so I can see it a lot better. But make sure that it's different than your puck highlight color. Puck outline width should be set to 3.0. This just determines how big that outline is. I think 3 is probably the best in between. It's not too thick, it's not too slim. Our puck trail color, this affects when you are hitting it on the ground. All right, so like for example, if I hit it hard, see how it goes kind of yellow right there? So this changes that color. I have it onto yellow, just personal preference. And then you have the air trail color, and that's for when the puck is flying fast in the air, it'll change. Honestly, I don't think this setting matters a whole lot. It does look really cool though. Definitely mess around, see what colors you like. It's really cool to actually see these colors transition too. There's some cool little like effect where it goes from like pink to purple. So mess around. I would just choose whatever colors that you like. Display off-screen indicators I have on. Display off-screen indicators on the pond I have off. Display team indicators I have on. Display own team indicator I have on. Nameplate size is 50. For our display map, I have off. With the camera settings, you want to have a wide setting. We'll get into that later. You should always be able to see what's going on the ice at all times. There really shouldn't be a need for a mini map. If you like it, I guess have it on, but I really don't think it's necessary. For our HUD, we have stamina and dizziness scale. I have this at 2.0 just because it's really in my face. I tunnel vision a lot while I play. So I want it in my face as possible so I'm able to see that scale. I have my stamina and dizziness offset at 92.1. Stamina and dizziness opacity at 1. I have stamina bar shake on. Display FPS on. Display ping is on. Display network debug off. Display spectator camera buttons off. Speed units, I have miles per hour. All my EU people or non-American fellas, change it to kilometers per hour. I only know miles per hour, so I chose that. Notification opacity 1. Display reverse view indicator I have on. Networking, I believe that this is only a premium setting too. I believe the only option you have is this one right here, use last match for latency simulation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Simulate latency in practice mode. Will display your input packets by same amount configured below. So I believe this is the premium feature. I have this on. All of my premium homies turn this on. It is very helpful for when you're practicing. For all of my other homies that don't have premium, definitely turn this on. Use last match for latency simulation when you're playing on your correct server. And I repeat, your correct server. Do not play on some really high ping server and then go into practice, or you will have issues. What this does is when you're playing a game, it'll take your ping from your last game and then put it into practice so that you're able to practice with that exact ping. It lets you get comfortable so that you're not kind of just going back and forth on pings and getting all messed up. So definitely have that on. If you do go onto a high ping game though, for example, or you just have really high ping in general, probably turn this off. Because let's say like if I queued into EU, I'm NA West, I'm gonna have like 180 ping, and then it's gonna take that 180 ping, put it into practice. I don't want to practice on that, man. I'm not only playing EU, I'm playing other servers, so I'm gonna just take that off. I'm not dealing with the super high ping where it's just unplayable. For latency simulation, I have mine on 63, a good way. So if this is for premium users, once again, what this does is it simulates ping. However, the simulation ping isn't, I would say, very correct. It kind of depends. I usually play on around 20 ping for West. So if I wanted to simulate 20 ping in West, I would actually double it, and it would be 40. So I would set it to 40 to simulate my actual gameplay when I'm trying to be all comp and stuff like that. So usually I would double the ping to match what you are in game. However, I have it slightly higher right now. I'm at like 63 because I do believe that if you train on higher ping, it'll make it has like some placebo effect on you, I swear, man. So it's like if you play a high ping and then go lower ping, you just feel a lot faster and stuff. That's why I have it on 63. When I was learning the game though, I had it as my exact ping, just so I could really like train the best and get really comfortable with the game. Camera settings right here, you can have presets and stuff like that. These are all of my presets. You can change the name by clicking on this cog. You can add a new one by hitting this +1. However, these are my camera settings. Right now, I'm using a field of view of 75.8, camera height 31.8, camera angle 49.6, camera offset -29.9. Camera smoothing is off. Make sure you have that off. Zoom just resets the zoom. So let's say I was in game and I like accidentally zoomed all the way and stuff like that. I never use this feature, but you can hit reset zoom. This goes to exact camera settings. I usually just adjust it with my controls. And then sharing, if you wanted to share your camera settings with anybody, you could copy to clipboard and then paste it to them, or you could copy somebody else's that they pasted in some random place and then load it into your clipboard, and then boom, you'd have their camera settings. I'll quickly just show you some other camera settings that I've used in the past. This is my boy Noog's camera settings. They're actually really similar to mine. I started off using these and this helped me learn the game, and these camera settings are great. We got EJ's camera settings. I believe he changed these recently, but he gave me these, and these are really good. It's a little bit closer to the ice. And we have Fuico's camera settings right here. So definitely use these. I think these are 4 great examples. Definitely tweak them to what you like. Please do not use something like this that I'm using. I just think this looks cool and stuff for the video. That's why I'm doing it. So don't be playing on this. Don't think that this game is Rocket League, bro, and that like you need your camera down. It is gonna be insanely difficult to play on, bro. You want an overhead setting. It's the most meta camera setting, something like this. For example, it's overhead. You can see the ice. So yeah, man. For our social settings, we'll just go over this quick. Not really too important. We have public chat. If you are having somebody toxic in your game and you do not want chat whatsoever, you could not care what anybody has to say in the chat. You're not social. You know, you can turn this off. I like it on because I like talking in chat and stuff like that. I like saying positive things in chat, bro. And this just change the opacity. There'll be a box in the bottom left. You can just change how much you want to see of it. If you have it at 0, of course, it's going to be like pretty much blank. So having it at 1 will help you see it the most. Profanity filter. All my under 18 homies definitely have this on. Some people can be insane and try to go for an insta mute, so definitely turn that on. If you're over 18, it's a free world, man. I personally have it off. Custom quick chat. I'm really quickly going to go over that. This is just a premium feature. You can change your quick chats, which is really cool. So it could be all custom and stuff like that. You can change it. Really fun thing to use. All right, now we are getting into controller settings. PC homies, if you are using a mouse and keyboard, sorry, I don't even know why I said PC. Mouse and keyboard homies, I would not change your settings. Like I said though, if any MMK players that are really good are like, oh no, I changed this keybind, this is actually the best keybinds and stuff like that, feel free to let me know, bro. I'm not an MMK player. I have like 0.1 hours on MMK. Definitely don't get it from me. I would use the default. That's what I've heard a majority of MMK players use. I could be completely wrong though, bro. So let me know if I am. However, I have been using controller a lot. So if you are using a controller, scroll down. Only binds I changed. Stick lift I have on R1 or all my Xbox homies. Right bumper. Dash I have it on R2 or right trigger. Stop I have on left trigger or L2, and puck lift I have on left bumper or L1. Sorry, I switched it up there. I don't know why I did that. But those are going to be the only keybinds you really need to change on controller. These I feel are the best compared to the default ones. I don't really like pressing down on the stick to dash and stuff. That was really confusing for me. This makes it very easy to use controller. I promise you'll learn the game really fast if you use these keybinds. All right, for our video, I have it on borderless windowed. If you want full FPS, have it on full screen. I use borderless windowed because I'm streaming and stuff. I like to go in and out, but also have the game. That's just what I prefer. But full screen if you want the most FPS. Resolution, I would keep it as the same as your monitor. I know some people play stretched. I don't really think it has that much of a difference. I think it's kind of just personal preference. Any stretched homies, let me know your resolution down below or how to stretch your game, because I'm not too sure how to do that. VSync I have turned off. Frame limit should be unlimited. However, I need to turn mine down because I am streaming. If I'm ever playing off, I'm always rocking unlimited FPS. Limit frame rate in background I have off. Although I think that should be on. Somebody let me know. I'm not too sure. Shadow display I have on none. These are settings for best FPS, by the way, just to make that clear. Shadow FPS I have on none. Anti-aliasing I have on ×2. Anisotropic filtering I have disabled. And then everything is turned off. If you want your game to look sick and really cool and stuff like that, I know that there's some skins too that require good settings on. You can turn them on. However, if you want the best FPS, you want your game to be running as smooth as possible, once again, turn all of this off. Audio, I have my game on like 40 and stuff like that. Just do whatever fits your ears. That is every single setting in Slapshot Rebound. Like I said, if you guys have any comments, anything you guys would like to add or change that I mentioned, please let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoy the game, continue slapping, and I'll catch y'all. Peace out.